Well, this is a really good win for us. We beat a good team, a team that's has experience. You know, their big guys played in the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago, and a team that presented a different challenge from what we've seen so far this year, and that the strength of their team are their post guys. And I thought our guys did a really, really good job, especially our post guys. I thought Kenna Chukwuka and Terrell Brown did an outstanding job in this game. I thought they followed the game plan. I thought they ball screened hard, they rolled hard, and they caught and they finished. And then defensively, I thought we did a good job. You know, those two kids, Varnado and Hicks, are good. You know, they're experienced. And we did a good job. They were 11 for 27 between them, you know, with Bernardo being 5 for 15. So really pleased with the win, you know, for us to have 20 assists on 30 field goals and only 9 turnovers. In the second half, we had 11 assists and 1 turnover. You know, so I thought that was really good. It's a continuation from the last game of us sharing the basketball. And I thought for the most part, our initial first shot defense was good. You know, we have to do a better job of rebounding the ball, especially our guards. You know, if we're down there battling, trying to keep these bigs off, you know, we have to gang rebound. I've said it, you know, I don't know how many times. You know, we don't have a guy that you can pencil in for, you know, 8 to 10 or 11 a game. You know, we have to do it as a group. We have to gang rebound. And, you know, but again, we were tested in a different way today, and I like how we responded.
Xavier Johnson, I mean, you can see the stats, but obviously, you know, taking a charge, forcing some defense, like the little things. How advanced is he as a freshman?
You know, he does a good job. You know, he wants to be really good. He's a willing listener. He wants to learn. You know, you can coach him hard. He's a worker. You know, so he's done a good job. You know, to this point, you know, we need him to continue to be hungry, which we know he will be. But he's really done a good job, especially with being thrown right into the fire.
When you were recruiting Jeff, were you expecting this much from this soon? You know, because we talked about with Xavier a little bit earlier. You know, and he seemed to basically be like, yeah, you know, I played in a really tough high school league. You know, I kind of played this way my entire life. It seemed like he almost expected for you all as coaches. Yeah,
well, we thought he'd be good, and he's right. He played, and I think the best. Or one of the best high school leagues in the country, and he was the player of the year in that league. And he played on one of the best AAU programs, on arguably the toughest circuit, and his AAU program won, and he was a big part of that. And so, you know, he has a worker's mentality. He's been taught from his AAU program. That guy coaches hard, and he teaches those guys. His high school program, that guy coaches hard, and he teaches those guys. And so from that standpoint, he is advanced because he's been coached hard. He's been taught. And that's why he's such a willing listener and a willing learner.
With Jared, how much do you like bringing him off the bench as sort of an injection of offense for you guys and coming in the way he does?
Yeah, I mean, it's been good for us. That doesn't mean that's going to be his role, you know, throughout the season or going forward, but it's been good for us. You know, he's been really good, and he's been very efficient, and that's something that we've talked about. And I think, you know, he's able to be efficient because I think he trusts that if he's open and, you know, if we do things the right way, the ball will get to him. The ball will find it. You know, if you're playing the right way and the ball is moving, you have player movement, you know, the ball has energy and it usually finds the right guy. And if you're playing the right way, a lot of times good stuff can happen for you. And we've been fortunate, you know, to be able to make shots from beyond 3 the past 2 games. But I think a big part of it is the quality of shots that we've gotten. And guys have stepped up and knocked them in, especially Jared.
Jared, Jeff, beyond the final score, have you seen steady improvement from the preseason scrimmage to the exhibition game to these 3 games?
I have. And, you know, again, we have to continue to improve. You know, one of the things, and this may sound silly, but it's a reality. You know, how do we handle a little bit of success? You know, this is different for the guys in our program right now. Even the new guys, this is different on this level. And how do you deal with it? How do you handle it? You know, success can make you soft sometimes. You know, we can't be that. We have to be the team that's hungry. We have to do the little things. You know, the taking charges, you know, the executing hard, the screening hard, the rolling off a screen hard, the sprinting in transition, being the first to the floor, all of those things. We have to do that. I like how we've progressed. Again, this was. I knew this team was good. Those two post guys, I coached against them 2 years ago in the NCAA tournament, and Bernardo had 18 and 10. And I think Hicks had 14 and 8 or 14 and 6. So I knew those two guys were really good. I knew Johnson coming into this game was 7 of 9 from 3. And so we wanted to have an awareness for him, and we did a good job. And so I like how we were able to do a pretty good job with a game plan today. And again, playing against a little bit different style, a lot different style from the first 3 games. Dayton was a little bit like this, and the fact they have a really good post player, so I think that helped prepare us for this. But again, we hadn't seen it in 3 games, and so for us to do this job, I'm really pleased with our guys, and especially our post guys. I mean, those guys have worked, and for Kenna and Terrell to come in and to have the impact they had, to have they have 25 points and 11 rebounds between them, is really, really good. I'm really proud of them, especially Terrell. Played 8 minutes the last game, and he came in and practiced the past couple of days and did a good job, and he earned the minutes tonight. And when he got in, he made a big difference, made a huge difference right away. He blocked a shot, he rolled, he caught it, he finished, he caught a lob. He did a really, really good job, and that's what we need going forward.
Jeff, to that point, it seemed like Troy's bigs were showing on the guys penetrating real quick. So do you need to see that assertiveness from your big guys wanting, to get open, get the ball when that happens? Well,
we need to see them do their job, which is to run, to protect our basket, to rebound, to defend a ball screen, to ball screen themselves, and to rim run hard and to catch and finish. And then occasionally we'll throw it down to them if they have someone on their back. And Terrell is probably the most advanced at that. Is probably the best scorer on the block of all of them. Kenna's different. Kenna can pick and pop. You saw he stepped to the top of the key and made a 3. We ran a play with an empty ball screen and kicked it back to him. I have a lot of confidence in Kenna shooting the ball. And then Peace is kind of the bruiser out of him. And, so again, those guys collectively as a group have to do a good job and have to continue to get better and have to do their job. And they have to understand it's different from everyone else.
Coach, this makes back-to-back games where you guys have shot the 3 well. Do you see that becoming an identity for this team?
I hope so. Our identity, though, needs to be our defense. Again, it was a team under 35% from the floor. That needs to be our identity, and then sharing the ball and playing the right way. And if we do that, then we'll live with the results. I'd love to be able to shoot like this all the time. And but we know that doesn't happen all the time, even for the best shooters. The one thing that has to be consistent for us is our defense.
Terrell, Jeff, was someone who really came on strong at the end of the last season tonight. With 12 points in 13 minutes. How much of that version of him tonight have you seen in practices, seen in workouts?
Yeah, I haven't seen it a lot. But it's something that the past couple of days you've seen. You haven't seen it consistent. You've seen it some, but we haven't seen it consistent. The big thing with Terrell, and this is something we've talked to him about when I first got here and have continued to talk to him about, is his motor. And when he plays with that, because he's skilled. He has a good touch. He can affect he can affect shots with shot blocking and walling up and protecting the basket. He's actually a pretty good passer. But the thing for him is that motor has to be revved up all the time and playing at a proper pace.
So what did Coach Capel tell you guys about, because he had talked to us after the BMI game about how you'll be facing a much better team this time. His Duke team had played quite Troy a couple of years ago in the NCAA tournament. What did he tell you guys about Troy and about what challenges they might present to them?
He just told us they were going to be tough. That they had a lot of older guys, a lot of experience, and that they were, a good basketball team, probably the best team we played so far. So that was just the kind of thing he was voicing to us all week. Well, in the 2 days preparation.
Jared, how would you describe yourself offensively right now?
Comfortable. Yeah, you could. Like I said last game, I'm just comfortable. Playing in the system. Getting in the right type of shape and playing with these guys, it's fun out there. And having a point guard like X, having a guy like Ken on the floor with you, and just our chemistry. You know, I think that's what it speaks to mostly. So.
Jared, 6 of 10 from 3. Is it kind of just like, you're going to leave me open from here, I'm going to keep taking them?
I mean, yeah, you know, I know I'm a good shooter, and you know, if I have an open shot, you know, coach wants me to take it, and if I don't, he's gonna let me know, you know, that I need to take those shots. So I mean, like I said, my teammates did a good job of finding me in positions, you know, where I could shoot the ball, and I'm happy to make a good amount of them. So.
Ken, I know you're more of a dirty work kind of guy for this team, but good scoring night for you. I mean, is that pretty much your ideal night offensively? Is, you know, you can stay kind of within your game, not try to do too much, and you get those easy ones inside?
Yeah, I mean, I just do whatever I need to do. Sometimes it's scoring, sometimes it's taking charges, sometimes it's just talking and playing defense. It's like whatever comes to me, I'm not trying to force nothing. You know, I know my role within this team, and that's to bring energy every single day, and I'm doing that, and then the rest handle itself.
You know, during the offseason, kind of coaches, teammates have really raved about how far you would come and how much you would improve as a player.
Mm.
How different of a player do you feel like you are now compared to where you were maybe?
Just a lot of confidence. I gained some weight too, so that helped a little bit. But like a lot of confidence, and just, you know what I'm saying, he was, as soon as he came in, capable. I mean, it was just work from day one, and we was all working, and it just like everybody got better, not just me. So. You know, I just feel like everybody's more confident, everybody's more like comfortable with like the team, and like he said, the chemistry is way better this year too, and y'all can probably see that on the floor too.
Xavier, that play right before halftime, the ball kind of just landed. I mean, right place at the right time. Is that how it worked out?
Yeah, Energizer Bunny, man. He'll never stop moving.
I see you kind of studying that stat sheet there. What stands out to you, I guess, from tonight's game, from what you're seeing?
I mean, we pretty much, in the second half, we moved the ball a lot more, and guys started knocking down shots. First half, we kind of got stagnant with the ball. You know, like we drive it, and like we drive too far down the lane and just shoot up some BS.
You know, in your first 3 college games, sorry to call you X. No, what are you
street.
you know, in your first 3 games, has the college game and the transition to it happened easier and more seamlessly than you thought going into it, or is it about matched your expectations?
I mean, the league I played in high school, like, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. WCAC is the best conference in high school. I mean, that pretty much prepared me.
Xavier, it seemed like Troy, their big men, you know, were trying to rotate hard and cut down the drives, and that sort of opened things up for Kenneth and Terrell. I mean, was that something you guys knew on film, that you know, those post men would be coming open when you were driving?
No, I actually didn't know that. I just playing the game of basketball. Really didn't look for myself a lot today. I looked at like players around, like who just spotting up. I found him a lot. I found Kenna. Found T. He actually got to play. He actually getting it down. That's really it.
Kenna, what's it like with that kind of like the rotating big man right now with you Terrell and Peace? You know, how are you able to kind of find your role each game?
Yeah, every game is a different like role, kind of like, you know, or it makes you play different like every game, because, you know what I'm saying, there's always different challenges. But with the rotation, it's just, Capable is always preaching, just go in and play hard. You got tired, we got it set for you, and then you coming back in. It's not like we was talking about this last time I was up here. Everybody was talking about how he lets you like play through mistakes and stuff. It's just, that's just how he is. Like he has faith in you, and you just going out there and playing hard. And when you tired, next man up.
It looked like you guys made this game look easy in the short time that you prepared for it the weekend, did you?
I mean, I think that's just a credit to, you know, the coaching staff. They did a really good job of just mentally preparing us. Yesterday, we did have a tough practice, a full throttle practice to get ready for the game. But, you know, just with T.O. did the scout, did a great job, and just all the coaches just constantly being honest about me being mentally prepared and knowing what we have to do. And, you know, when you go out there, you physically take care of business. So that's a good job by them.
Troy was kind of leading you guys in the rebounding department most of the game, and you guys kind of came back to, you know, tie him in rebounding. Was that kind of an emphasis in the second half, kind of boxing out?
Yeah, Coach came right in at halftime. Didn't even, you know, go talk to the other coaches at first. Just came right in the locker room and let us know that was something we had to take care of. And us as teammates, we were talking about that already going into the locker room. So, you know, the second half we kind of wanted to come out and put an emphasis on team rebounding. So
Steve, when you saw that you had 7 rebounds, 9 assists, do you think a couple more rebounds here, triple double?
That was my fault, actually.
Yeah, I was talking to him right before he came here. I said, "Yo, that was your fault." Nah, the last shot that he shot on the wing that I passed to him, it went in and out.
Speaking of being comfortable with your stat line shows you are being comfortable. You are comfortable in doing everything, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. I mean, this is basically what I averaged in high school, so I'm just still playing the game.
Ken and Jared, you all have both been talking earlier about improved team chemistry, and between that and with new players like Xavier who are making an early impact against a team like Troy, it's a good mid-major team that was never really going away. We know we're ahead. Do you feel like a game like this is one you guys would have won last year?
I mean, I can't really say because I mean it's just a whole new team, so I don't know. But all I know is this year, like you said, the chemistry is way better, and it obviously helps us on the floor too. I can feel it. Like everybody's happy for each other. It helps the most on defense, so that's where it shows up the most. I think they shot 34, 35% from the field, and I think that's kind of like around what teams have been shooting against us. So we've been defending and talking, and that's all due to our chemistry.